starting with Birds of Prey, which we actually released a review for quite a bit back, but hadn't seen it when we released our last podcast. So,
I was pleasantly surprised by the film. I mean, I didn't have too high expectations. Pretty sure we already discussed this, that we weren't too happy with the trailer. The first trailer
the first trailer was really bad.
And but the second trailer did kind of pique my interest, and so I did kind of have some expectations going in, but I was very pleasantly surprised.
Me too. It's very unfortunate that it bombed so bad in the box office because, like, even with the title change to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, which I don't think worked. Like, I don't like it as much, but
I mean, it was just a title change from theaters. It wasn't like the official title change, you know. But I thought the comedy worked well. I thought the cast of characters was just
it was
so
very
well-rounded,
intelligent.
You know? Yeah, it was.
Like the moments where, like, for example, Harley Quinn will mention somebody that she's got a grievance with, and then it'll show a little clip, and it's just like these small moments that are intricately crafted.
It was unique, and it wasn't like Suicide Squad had those moments where it do that weird pop art or whatever. I don't know how to describe it. Where it just described characters, and that was just a bunch of exposition. This was more unique, and it had flair to it, and the action scenes.
Yeah, it caught your attention. Like every time there was something going on, and even though it was R-rated, it wasn't terrible throughout it. Like there's a lot of profanity, but it doesn't it's not like profanity just for the use of profanity. It just fits in the dialogue.
But the violence was impactful. I mean, it reminded me of John Wick, the way that the camera just flowed through the action sequences as it happened,
and. Not to, like, say that this is, like, the feminist, like, team of superhero movies, because it's not really a superhero movie, and it's kind of, these characters are mostly villains, technically. But you look at a movie like Captain Marvel that was supposed to, like, be empowering and feministic, and it's like they forced it to be that way. Like, they took a character that was female, and they forced a feministic style into it, and empowering just for that movie. Whereas this works because it's got all that, but it's natural.
It feels natural, right?
Right. It's like these characters aren't good because they're females. It's like they are females that also are good characters.
Right, and they're all fighting for a similar cause, and that it really helps that there's such a great villain behind it too.
Yes, Ewan McGregor is
playing Black Mask.
Amazing.
That might be the best DC villain, DCEU villain that we've gotten by far. Yes. I mean, he's probably the best by far, and just his performance, it's so wild and crazy that you just don't know what to expect, and it makes the movie so much better.
On top of all that, the violence, while it isn't super gory, it is satisfying in the way it's presented. Yeah. You watch movies like you mentioned, John Wick, it's got that style. This has a similar style, but it's like it doesn't force it upon you, but it embraces itself.
Right, and you really should go to the theaters to see this movie. I mean, it doesn't deserve to be a flop in the box office.
Because you watch, like, Suicide Squad did amazing in the box office. It even got an Oscar nomination. Yeah. And won that Oscar for, what was it? Makeup,
costumes, or something like that.
Something like that. And so, that movie did amazing, and it's not even that great of a movie.
So, show some support for this so that, you know, the DC extended universe knows to make more movies like this.
Yeah, because this is the kind of growth that they need.
Right.
Because they're going in the right direction for the past, like, 4 or 5 movies at this point. Because Aquaman was good and Shazam was good.
Right.
And now you got Joker and Birds of Prey, and just it keeps moving forward. And next is...
Very excited for the Batman.
The Batman, Wait, no, next is Wonder Woman. That comes out in June.
That looks interesting, but I'm really excited for the Batman.
Me too. The Batsuit reveal, that looks so good.
I mean, the way they did it, the music in it, it was incredible. I mean,
and a lot of people are criticizing that it looks kind of like the Daredevil suit from Netflix's series.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just kind of got that, like...
vibe to it.
Yeah, but it's not terrible.
Right.
It's not super similar. I mean, it's a Batman costume, not a Daredevil costume.
And we haven't seen a full look at it yet.
Right, you haven't seen the ears.
Right, you haven't even seen his face, barely any of his face, really.
Other than his chin.
That's about it.
Which doesn't have the mask coming around his chin like most of the Batman costumes have.
Yeah. I wonder how this cast will work with these characters.
I'm very excited to see Paul Dano as the Riddler.
Yes, that's an interesting choice. I haven't seen Paul Dano in any recent films.
Yeah, the last memorable time he was in a movie was There Will Be Blood. And There Will Be Blood is so great. Yeah. And a lot of it's because of him.
Yeah, so we're very excited for the Batman as well.